for bad things to win. The time has come for life to begin. The time for bad.
All right, guys, I am back in Shanghai. Now, if you watched the last vlog, you're probably wondering, what do you mean back in Shanghai? You never left. Well, I never wanted to leave. Fuck, I don't want to leave, bro. This might be the first country that I don't want to leave. Fuck. But I actually did end up leaving, going back to New York City, and then I flew to LA and tried to record a vlog there. Honestly, there was nothing for me to do in LA, and I flew my ass right back to Shanghai. Do I want to live here? Honestly, that is a question that I'm trying to answer for myself. I don't know, and that's why I came back. I wanted to see if it's possible for me to stay here, you know, maybe a few months out of the year or possibly even long term. And first things first, I had to come here as not like a vacation, but actually integrate myself within the community, you know, local stores, exploring different neighborhoods, and seeing if my life here actually makes sense while running my businesses, my YouTube channels, honestly, just everything. But I normally start the day off by going to get breakfast and going to the gym. So I'm going to do exactly that. And I'll bring you guys along with me for a day in the life of Shanghai.
Hey. October's on as the label. 7-figure deal was a fable. 8-figure bought out the neighbors. 9 figures turning the tables. You pussy boy better be ready and able. I'm coming. I can't talk on broke case cause it's sticky. Free tea and free greasy, my Achilles. My youngest put lots on the city, so niggas be shit to come out when it's litty. See, that's the Cody, so free him. These niggas are joking, I wouldn't wanna be him. I be the producer, like what's the BPM? I cannot de-escalate things if we see him. My young boys don't do it for clout. If they do it, they cover their head and their mouth.
I'm a very consistent person, guys. I go to the gym consistently, but I also eat consistently, so.
Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me?
All right, welcome to the Shanghai hotel tour. We are 89 floors up in the J Hotel in the Shanghai Tower in Shanghai, which is the tallest building in Shanghai, as well as the tallest hotel in Shanghai, maybe all of China. Sounds pretty crazy, right? Anyways, in front of us, we have this bottle opener tower, which is another iconic tower in Shanghai. We have this dining area right here. Well, it's actually not a dining area. It is my workstation, battle station, but I do eat here. But yeah, I have my computer here, and it's pretty sick because since it is facing the crazy view, I'm working in the background, in the peripheral vision of my eye, I get to see all of Shanghai, as well as this crazy iconic tower in front of me. So that is pretty sick. All right, right here we have the TV console area. Unfortunately, I do not understand a lick of Chinese when it comes to Mandarin. I am Chinese, but I speak Cantonese. So yeah, we will not be utilizing this much, but it is a pretty sick TV. All right, then we have this king-sized bed right here. And I'm not too sure if this hotel has a different standard for king-size bed because this is the biggest king-size bed that I've ever slept in. I always sleep in king-size bed hotels, but for some reason, this just feels like bigger than the other ones. I'm not sure if it's an optical illusion. I'm not sure if it's like a California king. Maybe it's a China king. I'm not too sure. Another cool thing, they actually have a pillow menu right here. I believe other 5-star hotels have it, but it's the first time that I've ever seen it in real life. All right, moving on from the main area. We actually skipped an area, but whatever. It's just a dining area. But coming over here, we have this crazy open floor plan bathroom, which I really, really like. And now it could get a little bit awkward if you're sharing a room with your boy. Thankfully, I'm not. If I'm taking a shit or if I'm showering, like you gotta stay your ass over there because yo, you walk in here, it can be a little weird, you know what I mean? And you might think, oh, Andrew, you lying, bro. There's a door right here. Well, there's a door, but the door is transparent, like, bruh, like, what is even the point of this door? There is a double vanity sink right here, which is pretty cool. And the thing I love about this bathroom, besides it being open concept, is that it's all marble. Like, everything feels super solid, everything's super luxurious. Even the handles right here has like a transparent logo of the J Hotel. It honestly just looks super luxurious, and the details in this bathroom are actually insane. Speaking about looking insane, we have the shower right here, which not only has a rainfall shower, but it has a little wand thing if you want it. But it also has a huge slab of marble that looks like a bench, which I think it is a bench. I've sat on there, and you know, I have the rainfall shower, and you kind of just like ponder about life, and it's a pretty sick combo. And talking about combos, right next to it, you have a combo of crazy bathroom, which has a crazy toilet. It's one of those Japanese toilets where if you walk in, It raises itself. It has the heating, like, you know, toilet thing, and it also has a bidet. It washes your butt. It's pretty sick. We have this tub right here, full slab of marble. Like I said, it looks crazy. I actually did end up using this yesterday because there's also a TV here, so kind of a relaxing experience overall. Get to chill here, read a book, watch some TV, do whatever you need to do. And like I said, this entire bathroom area is just super, super nice. All right, moving on to the closet right here. This is also pretty sick. Open layout closet. There is no doors. Actually, there's a door. I did not even realize. Honestly, just a closet. Don't really have much to say about this, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. All right, moving on to the hallway area, we have this box right here. I believe you can leave stuff for the concierge. You can leave stuff for people to pick stuff up. But yeah, it's a pretty cool area. You put stuff in here and then you press please pick up, and I guess they'll collect it. Maybe it's for, I don't know, laundry. Maybe it's for, oh, I mean, it says complimentary shoe shine service. So I guess it's for stuff like valet service and whatnot. So that's pretty sick. And then last but not least, we have this dining mini bar area right here. And yeah, that's kind of completes the hotel tour.
I'ma take a bougie ass to Rodeo and then let her pick up whatever she want. CC Gucci Hippo take a
Man, I'm so glad to be back in Shanghai. Look at these crazy tall buildings. And then right out the hotel, we got 2 Lambos right in the front. Shanghai is so tough, bro, I swear, bro.
Tell me what you want. Wow. She on a power trip again. I know pussy power got me buying shit again.
Just got some Blue Bottle coffee, my favorite coffee in New York. You know, sometimes you just want what you're familiar with, and I'm very familiar with Blue Bottle. I know people in the comments can be like, yo, why don't you try their local coffee? Why don't you try Luckin Coffee, Manor Coffee? Sometimes you want McDonald's, you know what I mean? And it's like kind of like the McDonald's of coffee. Actually, I don't know if I want to say that or not. But anyways, talking about coffee in New York and Blue Bottle in New York, it's kind of hard not to make a comparison between Shanghai and New York because they're both mega cities. You know, they have millions and millions of people inside of them. And it's just like, damn, Shanghai is just so much better. Like everyone here, well, number one, it's clean. You can't say that about all of New York. Maybe like 2 or 3 areas or neighborhoods of New York, maybe. Number 2, it's safe. You also can't say that about most of New York. I don't know, it's hard because New York is my home, but you know, Shanghai definitely has a lot of pros that we can't ignore.
Used to want pop in the fame, but shit is not the
Bro, look where I am right now, sitting in Shanghai. This is just a random cake shop that I found while walking around. We're not at a Disneyland. This is not no Star Wars pop-up. This is just a regular cake store in Shanghai. Super futuristic. There are no stores like this in the US as far as I'm concerned. And look where I'm sitting, bro. I feel like I'm the captain of a ship ready to voyage out into the open universe and transverse through the entire Milky Way or something. I don't know. But I do have a meeting with my team, so I do need to go ahead and get back into the hotel or find a cool place to work because this meeting is pretty important. We're gonna be talking about the future, even though I feel like I'm in the future already. The future with AI, the future with new team hires as well. So it's gotten pretty cool because at this point, my team leaders are also hiring people without me needing to do anything as well. That's pretty sick. Of course, I still have to make a few key hires myself, but you know, that's one thing that AI currently can't do for me right now, which is talent. You know, like AI still can't think on its own, right? It's still artificial right now. It's not actual intelligence. It still needs prompting. It still needs context. So that's what we want to go ahead and dive deeper into today's team meeting, how to actually utilize AI more instead of trying to use AI to do everything for us. We're just using it to accelerate our own talent for the team. Yo, do you guys remember where we are right now? I think this is in the last vlog or the vlog before this, but me, Danny, and Rui were here asking each other which one we'd rather take. Rui's gonna take that one, remember? The long one. What about you, Rufai? Yo, he's choosing this one. Yo.
Don't link me, don't hit me when you hear this and tell me your favorite song. Don't tell me how you knew it would be like this all along. I know the truth is you won't love me until I'm gone. And even then, the thing that comes out.
All right, I just finished up a meeting with my team and I realized I always have this question on my Discord. People ask me, who should I hire? What should I hire? When should I hire? You know, all these questions about, you know, team building. And by the way, if you want to join my Discord, there should be a link down below. It's kind of where I answer questions daily, interact with community members, as well as host live calls every single week. But yeah, I kind of want to answer the question for you guys today. First off, if you're doing anywhere between 0 to 100K in revenue, I personally don't think you need a team at all. It's not that you don't even need a team, it's that I suggest you not to have a team at all. And the reason why is because if you hire now, it might be bad for you long term. Even things that seem like you need to hire out, like customer support, I don't recommend you to hire that just yet, because if you are playing customer support and you're the one answering customers' questions and inquiries and problems, you will have a better understanding of your product that can actually make you a better marketer in the long term. Also, you have to go do it yourself, because when a customer support agent comes in, they're going to ask you, hey, what's the answer to this? Or how should I answer this? Or how should I navigate through this customer's questions? And if you don't know, like, who else is going to know about the product besides you, right? And in the beginning, you have to be the talent. Like, you have to be the jack of all trades. But the crazy part is you also have to be the master of all trades in the beginning, because when you hire your first team member, you're going to need to be a master at what the actual role is. So for example, if you hire a product research guy, like, you have to teach them how to do product research, right? If they find a product, you have to teach them, like, this is a good product, this is not a good product. Like, if you don't know, how are they supposed to know, right? So things like that. That's why from the first 0 to 100K revenue, you probably shouldn't have a team at all, because you need to be literally the master of all these roles right here, so you can start training them when you eventually have a good team. Now, once you actually start hiring your first team member, I would say anywhere from 100K to 300K per month. I would say hire immediately 2 roles. The first role is going to be customer support VA. By this point, you probably would have done at least 100 plus emails. You probably understand your customer a lot more now. You have all the answers to all their questions, all their problems. So you can have somebody take that over. But after they take over, you also want to start implementing AI into the business, right? Just like how I mentioned in the beginning, I started using AI to accelerate a lot of my roles in the team. Now, AI can't do everything, but for example, if you use BrandWise or CommSlayer, like, they can handle or answer majority of the emails coming in, and you kind of need that one guy or girl that is a customer support leader that can go ahead and manage the ones that maybe have some nuances in it, or maybe the AI didn't answer correctly. But other than that, that's all you really need for the customer support role when you have AI. If you don't have AI back then, you needed like 3 or 4 customer support agents all around the clock, 24/7, making sure that your response times are under like 3 to 4 hours. But you no longer need that, because you have one VA with AI. Now, the second person you want to hire are going to be editors. And I don't mean the creative side of the editing process or the creative side of your ad creatives. They're just editors. They're going to be following your briefing. They're going to be following your strategy. They're going to be following whatever you give them. They're just doing the manual labor of actually editing the video and putting the clips together. So those are the only 2 hires I recommend at 100 to 300K per month. So there are actually 3 things I don't want you to hire at this point at 100K to 300K per month. Number 1, do not hire a product research guy or girl. At this point, you don't even need a new product. It's actually easier for you to double down on this one product that you have from 100K to 200K to 300K than it is finding a new product that can get that revenue off the bat, right? So that's why I don't want you to hire a product research guy, because I don't want you to, lose your focus on another product when it's so much easier just doubling down this one. The only nuance might be that if you're stuck at like 200K a month to 300K a month for a very long time, and you already exhaust all your options, then maybe you want to apply your focus somewhere else. But if you're like, hitting these new milestones, don't get into the habit of trying to find the next best thing. Just stick with what you currently have, because it's going to be a lot easier. Number 2, I recommend you not to hire a creative strategist, because you're not the master at creative strategy yet if you're around 100K to 300K per month. Giving up this crucial role might actually kill your business, because they might not understand the product like you do, and they might just go ahead and launch a lot of creatives that are just like not what your customers need. So at this point, if you want to hire a creative strategist, you want them to work with you or under you. You don't want to give up that role completely, because you're the one and your creative strategy got it from 0 to 300K a month, not the person that you're going to hire. So don't hire a creative strategist now unless you're going to work with them or they're going to work under you. Now, the third person I do not recommend you to hire is going to be a media buyer at around 100K to 300K per month. Honestly, it's probably not your media buyer that's holding you back. And let's be honest, how much time does it actually take you to go ahead and check your Facebook ads, assuming you're not wasting time refreshing every 5 minutes? I'm sure like 10 minutes a day. You check 2 to 3 times a day to make sure KPIs are met. You raise budgets, you kill campaigns. That's pretty much it. Just keep doing this. You don't need a media buyer at this point. The thing that's actually going to move the needle more is going to be your creatives. So yeah, at this point, I don't recommend you to hire these 3 roles just yet. So when do you actually start hiring these roles? I recommend anywhere from 500K a month to $1 million a month. And this is kind of when it gets fun, because when your team actually starts growing and once it's actually settled, the funner part is actually getting AI integrated with every single team member that I just explained, right? Number one, your product research guy. You could have a product research guy, but now you can also have AI workflows that work with him that do all the manual labor. So all he really needs to do is manage the AI workflow and kind of give you the results that the AI does, filtering out all the nonsense. Number two, creative strategist. There's a bunch of AI workflows that will help you create a strategist, come up with new ideas, new strategies, new briefs, spy on competitors, all that stuff. Media buyer. You can have AI workflows like Triple Whale Mobi 2 to help them make decisions, to help them turn off and on campaigns at various times, to like look at the KPIs and make sure that they're assisting the media buyer. So like I said, AI can't do everything right now, but it's able to report back and give you enough context for you to make the decision or somebody else on your team to do so. And yeah, it's pretty crazy now that you can have a $1 million a month dropshipping business, e-com store with only like 3 to 5 hires, super lean team. But there is a mistake to that though, because sometimes just because you could doesn't mean you should. And I used to think that having, a $500K a month to $1 million a month Shopify store with only having 3 team members, like that was the shit. But I realized that I was actually optimizing wrong.
I need someone to be patient with me, someone to get money when I take it from me.
Alright, I had to hop in the Maybach for this one, but what I wanted to say was if you optimize your team too much, sometimes you miss out on opportunities or just even more revenue just because you're trying to keep a lean team. So for example, let's just say you were at $1 million a month with one creative strategist, but let's say you hire a second creative strategist and you're only at $1.3 million a month. Yes, that didn't really do $1 million a month per creative strategist, but you're still up 30% in revenue because of one more extra team hire. And that's also a system that I'm implementing, is that as long as the new hire pays off like the break even or even makes more revenue than their payroll is, then technically it's worth it. As long as new hires keep paying off their own salaries or their own payrolls, then at the end of the day, it's kind of like an infinite hiring system. Obviously, you can't abuse it too much. Eventually, you will get to a point where having more team members don't make sense for revenue or won't make back their certain revenue. So that example is mainly more for like if you're optimizing, just make sure you're not over optimizing, or else you may be losing out on a lot of opportunities to grow your business just because you're super obsessed with having only 5 team members when somebody that has 30 might be doing more revenue than you.
Boat in the back with a trunk in the front, smoking on gas, 2.5 in the blunt, popping new tags, it's 1/1. I got them chopsticks, sang on the lunch. Came out the creek, had to jump off a ton, made off the creek.
Bro, I'm telling you, Shanghai is living in the future. What kind of restaurant am I in? This feels like I'm in like the cafeteria area of like a high-tech spaceship like Orion. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but yo, this is crazy. And the people here don't even seem like this like super cool or anything. Like no one's taking pictures, nothing, bro. Everyone's just like, yeah, this is normal. Shit, this shit not normal, bro. Alright, we ordered Peking duck, and I'm gonna make one for you guys, but it's pretty much like a Chinese taco. You get the outer shell, and then you grab some duck, then the skin of the duck fried, and then I like to dabble a lot of sauce, put it in there so it's saucy. Take the actual meat of the duck, and then put it right here, boom. And then we take a little bit of, I don't know, bro, it's probably onion or something. This is, what is this, pineapple? I don't know, bro. It's probably cucumber, I think. And then we take some salt, you kind of drizzle it, then you fold it like a taco. I took 2 wraps. All right, don't follow my instructions, guys. I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. I just eat it.
What happened to camera eats first?
You after me.
You know, sometimes I just gotta remind myself who I am. Locked in, man. You speak highly of me, I hope you're doing the same and I'm not there. 90% of the time, just give me a week, I won't care. Drove past the fiend, he remembers me in the stolen.
Alright, so I have 3 words for you guys. Made in China. What did those 3 words mean to you guys? I know at least 3 years ago, even 5 years ago, those words probably meant cheap, low quality, and the product probably won't work after using it for like a few days. Crazy part is those 3 words are actually changing in today's ecosystem because China, or at least companies in China, such as DJI have been innovating and is at the top of the innovation game for a lot of different things, drones, cameras. The camera that you're watching on right now is made by DJI. The microphone that I have on right now is also by DJI. And where am I trying to go? I'm trying to go to DJI. So I know that we have DJI in the US, but they actually released 2 products that's not even available in the US right now, which is the DJI Mic Mini 2 and the Pocket Osmo 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look. And also, it's also cheaper in China because it's made in China and we're in China. So I gotta take advantage of the fact that we're here, and you can't even get it in the US if you wanted to. So I'm gonna flex on the losers back at home when I get it in the suitcase. Yo, this guy has been eyeing the robot. He's like, what the fuck? This guy's about to take my job, bruh. Bro, the innovating OD, they got a vacuum cleaner as well. They got drones. When have you ever heard of another drone company except for DJI? Like, they're literally dominating the drone industry, the camera industry, the mic industry, and I guess the vacuum industry as well. They're coming for everyone's neck. Bro, where on the market do they have a camera that's this clear as well as a mic that's this small with such great audio quality and video quality? Like, literally anybody, including myself, could become a vlogger now. I remember the days when people were vlogging back then. They used to have like the DSLRs, like the huge Casey Neistat things. Now I'm holding like a little tiny pocket camera and my little tiny mic, and we're getting, dare I say, better quality than the DSLRs. Also, there's a stabilizer on the camera. Like, the camera's very still. I'm like moving around and stuff, like it's pretty still compared to back then when there's no stabilizers on cameras. Like, made in China, bro. Bro, please tell me how Shanghai is not really living in the future. This is the craziest view and no one's even here. Like, if this was in New York, it'd be like a crazy tourist attraction. Anyways, forget that view. There's a view right behind me or in front of me. That's Shanghai right there. That's even crazier. And to think that we're living in the top of the Shanghai Tower right now is even crazier. But this is the North Bund, and I usually run the West Side Highway in New York. And I would say this is probably the equivalent of the West Side Highway. I mean, this is like 100 times better. But we're going to run right now and get some miles in because I've been eating too much this trip. And you guys can probably tell I've gained at least like 20 pounds ever since I started vlogging. So let's get those miles in.
Gotta find my joint up on this bitch. I miss you. Few times. Yeah. Sticking to the code, all these hoes for the street. I put it in her nose, it's gonna make her pussy leak.
Oh man, Shanghai, what a crazy, crazy place to run at, to be at, to live at. The people here, the culture, the tech, the innovation, the convenience, the safety. I don't know, bro, there's a lot to say about Shanghai. And honestly, it is just another version of New York City. I'm glad I don't have to escape New York to go to like the woods or like the rainforest somewhere or the mountain somewhere to get a quick reset. Like, I don't have to do all that. I can still get the electric city feeling and vibe without actually having to leave the city. Just same map, different server. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Shanghai vlog, day in the life. Honestly, I came to Shanghai for one reason only. And like I said, I needed a break from New York. So many things happening in New York right now. Like I said, the Knicks are winning. The president's gonna be there tomorrow for game 3. Bunch of stuff. But at the end of the day, I came here for another reason, and it's just to find what's next in the journey. And hopefully Shanghai helped me find that. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.